AC/DC, for those about to rock, we salute you. Kicking off another WPDH All Request Saturday night right here on 101.5 WPDH, the home of rock and roll. And got some guests in the studio. This is cool. This is first time we're having guests on the Saturday night to kick off the request show. We got the guys from another wrestling podcast, Steve Credo, Jonathon Benjamin. How you doing, guys?
Doing great, and that's we're not from just any wrestling podcast. We're from another wrestling podcast. So,
well, you know what I wanted to ask you about tomorrow. Let's get right into that. The Man Show.
Absolutely.
What's this all about now? Because this is basically the reason you're here is to promote.
That's right.
Your appearance tomorrow at the Man Show. Well, you're going to be set up there. You have guests.
Yeah, we're going to be streaming live on our site, anotherwrestlingpodcast.com and WPDH.com.
We also have very special guests. Former TNA superstar Thea Trinidad is going to be there. She's going to be taking pictures with everybody.
Oh, she's looking good. I saw the promo there.
That's
the
right.
Promo
Yeah,
picture.
she's also going to be in a bikini attire from 12 to 3 only. So she's going to be there all day from 11 to 5. But if you guys want this once in a lifetime opportunity of Thea Trinidad TNA knockout in a nice bikini shot, that's the time you want to be there. So.
That's going to happen tomorrow. Now, let me ask you your opinion on TNA Impact Wrestling. They're now on Destination America.
Yep.
A network I'd never heard of. I was having trouble finding it on the local cable system. We found it. What do you think about the move? Are they moving in the right direction here? Is it going to be a good year for Impact Wrestling?
I hope so. I think that's the thing that we're missing most right now is competition in wrestling. Anybody who was a big fan of WWE back in the day knows that their best was when they had competition against WCW. I don't think that we're going to get that with TNA. But
Yeah. I mean, that's if they went to a channel that everybody got, that would probably be really good. But Destination America, it's not a channel that you even know that you have. Like it's not NBC, it's not Fox, it's not ABC or something like that. It's like, I got to Google this. I have no idea what channel they're on. So
I think you even said it. Impact Wrestling probably has the highest ratings on that channel. What else is on there?
Exactly. Yeah, it's nonstop wrestling for them right now and other shows. But I guess that's the only station that really wanted them. I guess.
And what nights are they on now? Impact, the new show.
I think it's still Thursday.
Thursday night.
I could be wrong.
Now like we talk about the old days. So Monday Night Raw going up against WCW Monday Night Show. Now, years later, when TNA was going up against Monday Night Raw, I liked that. I like seeing that competition head to head. And then they ended up going to a taped program and a different night.
It's tough because you're going up against Vince McMahon, Tig. This is somebody you don't want to go up against. You know what I mean?
This is true.
You can hire all the guys you want. You can hire Hulk Hogan. You can be on any station you want. But at the same time, I mean, you're not the WWE machine, and that's what people really don't realize. You know what I mean? It's something they don't. I don't know. Think about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm an old school guy,
Yeah.
I love the nostalgia and all. Sting returning at Survivor Series this past year, I think, was the best thing. Making his WWE debut.
Absolutely.
That was awesome. It renewed my interest. And this past week's Monday Night Raw had to be the best Raw in a long time. Let's talk about the Legends panel. Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. Ric Flair getting knocked out by Big Show was hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, it was a great segment. And the NWO.
Yep, that's right. Yeah,
the Click coming back.
It's it. I mean, they call them the go-home shows because it's the last Raw before the pay-per-view. You got the Royal Rumble this Sunday, and they kind of got to throw all their stuff into one boat to get everybody to watch it. So especially being on the network now, you can kind of get them on pay-per-views, but they're trying to push this network all the time for $9.99.
Yeah, exactly.
So they really got to throw everything out there for you to get interest in it. So, but I think 2015 is already starting to be a great year for wrestling.
You've said it's a great year, great time to be a wrestling fan, even with all the independent wrestling.
That's right. Yeah,
big time wrestling's been coming to town. They're going to be in Newburgh actually in February. So there's a lot of great action out there. We were talking about me being an old school wrestling guy. I'm also in your Marks group.
That's right.
The wrestling fan group on Facebook, and I'm pretty much in the minority, I think, because I go on there. I cannot find people who agree with me on a lot of stuff. I don't care for Daniel Bryan. Not a big fan. I do like Brock Lesnar, and I'm a Paul Heyman guy. Paul Heyman will always be Paulie Dangerously to me. He's awesome on the mic. And I think Brock Lesnar is a beast. He's awesome, and he could destroy anybody. And I don't care for Daniel Bryan. Respect him for what he did.
Yes.
It's kind of a David and Goliath kind of thing. but
that's
not a fan.
What you're saying, too, is for everybody listening out there, it's facebook.com/groups/pro wrestling marks. It's a lot of local people talking about wrestling like we're doing right now. And what do you think about Daniel Bryan, Jonathan? Because, I mean, he's just let the hair go. He kind of looks like Teen Wolf right now.
Jonathan kind of resembles Daniel. I'm sure he's been told that before.
He's got a beard for radio.
He looks
right now.
just like Jonathan. He looks like Daniel Bryan.
For any of you listening, you can find me on Facebook as well, so you can find this out. But no, I like Daniel Bryan. I'm with you, Tig. I'm a big Brock Lesnar guy. Cool. I think that we are in the minority as far as that goes because everybody doesn't like him right now. But the WWE right now is doing it right, and I hope it lasts well beyond the Royal Rumble and possibly throughout the rest of the year because they've got some big shows coming up around here as well this year. So I think that it's a good time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
It really is.
Now on the topic with Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. This is the third match they've had.
Yeah,
coming up tomorrow at Royal Rumble. Predictions. What do you see happening?
I see Brock Lesnar winning it and going straight to WrestleMania to lose to Daniel Bryan. That's my little quick prediction.
Well, you guys forgot that Seth Rollins is a part of this as well, and he also has the Money in the Bank briefcase. So I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that you see Seth Rollins walk away the champion.
Anything can happen, I guess.
All right. Well, and do you say Brock Lesnar's going to beat Cena?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. And who's going to win the Royal Rumble?
I say Daniel Bryan, just for the yesing. That's my personal who I want to win. I mean, anything can happen Sunday, and it's what's been happening the past few weeks on Raw and all that stuff is that it looks like anything can happen, and that's what's the best part about being a wrestling fan is not the predictability. And I'm going with Daniel Bryan.
I'm going wild card here, and I'm going to say Dean Ambrose is going to take the Royal Rumble.
All right. Well, we'll watch. Well, you have money on any of these matches?
I wish, but
I may now.
Yeah, we're going to have to make some boxes or something for the Rumble, like they do with the Super Bowl and all that. But
well, here's another thing to bring up. Hulk Hogan, it's been reported he's training. I want to see this. It's been reported he wants to have one final match.
I have a killer Hulk Hogan impersonation, too. I'll get to later, maybe. But anyway, go ahead.
We'll do it when we wrap up.
Okay, you got it. Yeah.
I want to see Hulk Hogan take on Brock Lesnar. I think that would be an awesome headliner at WrestleMania, but I don't know if
Brock Lesnar would probably kill him, maybe. I don't think his hips can keep up with it now. I don't know.
But I see Lesnar destroying Daniel Bryan. I mean, if you put them, let's be realistic here. In real life, Daniel Bryan would be destroyed.
I'm going with the
Brock
David
Lesnar.
versus Goliath for Daniel Bryan and Brock with that aspect. Because last year at WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan not only defeated Triple H, but he also defeated Batista and the locally. He's been around Poughkeepsie lately, Randy Orton.
Yeah, a lot of sightings. Yes.
So, I mean, he went through a lot last year's WrestleMania, so you got to give him credit going into this year's WrestleMania. But I don't know. What do you think, Jonathan?
Well, I think that you have to remember what happened last year's WrestleMania. Another legend, kind of something happened to him, and that was courtesy of Brock Lesnar. He ended the streak. So I think that's a perfect idea. Let Brock Lesnar just run down Hulk Hogan and send him on his merry way.
There you go.
There you go.
Kind of passing the torch, if you will. Another idea I thought about was kind of going back to the nostalgia thing, bringing back kind of like the infamous Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3. Yeah. Have Hulk Hogan take on Big Show. And could Hogan slam Big Show and drop the big leg?
I don't know. I don't know if that maybe 10 years ago, sure, but now
it's not looking good.
I don't know if that would physically happen.
I think Hogan is more metal than man right now.
Well, I'll take
almost Terminator-ish.
I'll take a big boot to the head at least, something like that. So another wrestling podcast, the website,
anotherwrestlingpodcast.com. On Twitter, @WrestlingPod. On Facebook, you can like us. Facebook.com/Another Wrestling Podcast. We're out there, Jonathan. We're taking over social media as much as we can.
Yeah, we're trying. We started this idea a little over a year ago, and everybody has a podcast these days. Yep. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Chris Jericho, everybody out there. So we decided that
have fun with it, and there's so many podcasts out there. We'll just be another wrestling podcast. Like if you say what you're listening to, I'm listening to another wrestling podcast.
Well, you got nationally noticed on the Fox News website, correct?
Yeah, that's right. We the day after the Macho Man was inducted into the Hall of Fame, we're good friends with Lanny Poffo. So we talked to him the very next day and broke some of the first his reactions first, and we had over like 200,000 hits on FoxNews.com just from posting that. So
it's awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
And speaking of Randy Savage, about time going into the Hall of Fame. That is great.
Yeah.
I was very excited to see that. I almost shed a tear. As a matter of fact. The Duchess Beer Man Show tomorrow, 11 a.m., 5 p.m., Mid-Hudson Civic Center. Check out the guys. They'll be there set up, another wrestling podcast. You can also meet New York Giants wide receiver Ruben Randall. He'll be at the show thanks to Crunch Fitness and BG Entertainment. And they're going to have the Bud Winter Carnival going on. Lots of games. You can trade in your Bud Bucks to win stuff like ski vacations and season passes to Bethel Woods. And I think you guys are giving away something, too.
Yeah, Jonathan, you want to tell them we're having a little Royal Rumble giveaway?
Absolutely. For the first 30 fans who come and get a bikini photo op with either me or, with Thea Trinidad, you will be entered into a pool, and we will draw a name at random, and you will walk away with another Wrestling Podcast shirt and some other goodies as well.
Oh, awesome. Well, we're looking forward to it. We'll see you down here tomorrow. Big day, of course, the Man Show all day at the Mid-Hudson Civic Center, and then everybody's going to be watching the pay-per-view.
That's right, man. Royal Rumble Sunday.
Philadelphia, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Royal Rumble tomorrow, live from Philadelphia. Steve, Credo, Jonathon Benjamin, another wrestling podcast. Thanks for coming by tonight. We'll see you at the Man Show tomorrow.
You got
see you
it. Thanks
tomorrow.
for
It's going to be a
having us.
great time.